Love it or hate it, like it or not, Bristol Motor Speedway will be returning as a dirt race again in 2023 for NASCAR. And yeah, there's nothing that anyone complaining online can say to change that. Jerry Caldwell has issued out his statement today to the media, informing everyone that Bristol Motor Speedway will have a dirt race again in 2023. In a statement issued today by Jerry Caldwell, president and general manager of Bristol Motor Speedway, they said that he is thankful for the owners Bruton and Marcus Smith, allowing our Bristol Motor Speedway team to put on an amazing Easter celebration and NASCAR race weekend that exceeded our expectations with strong ticket sales and primetime viewership on Fox. Bristol Motor Speedway will prepare for a spring night race on dirt in 2023, giving the fans two great NASCAR shows on different surfaces. The dates for our NASCAR events will not be available until later this year. To guarantee the best seats for more amazing dirt racing next year, guests may contact the ticket office or visit our website, bristolmotorspeedway.com, to renew their tickets today. Now, of course, if you're familiar with the history of Bristol Motor Speedway, they did do dirt racing here back in the early 2000s, but it lasted for only 2 seasons. With this announcement today, this means that they have now gone further than they did last time. Bristol Motor Speedway, at least, has went in full time on this thought that dirt racing will be a continuous thing for now. I, for one, am happy. I think this is probably one of the best things that they could do right now. Like it or not, I know there's been a lot of debate online about whether you like dirt racing at Bristol or not, but the fact of the matter is a few things. I attended this race back in 2021 as a fan, and I was able to cover it this year as media. Both of these races, in all honesty, even with 2021 being a COVID crowd technically, both of those races were the best looking spring crowds that I had seen there in a lot of years. 2018 was just sad to look at. 2019 was even sadder to look at. They didn't even sell tickets in the turns. Now, Bristol Motor Speedway is in the process of kind of reconfiguring their grandstands areas to kind of put in those drink rails that are kind of like taking away seating in a lot of ways. That's probably a good thing for Bristol Motor Speedway to do right now. I mean, it will make it a little bit sparse in like the distance from the next guy in front of you, but honestly, who doesn't like more leg room when they're attending a NASCAR race? And it will probably drop the crowd capacity maybe even below 100,000. Maybe, if they do that around the entire facility. It's still going to be a while before they get this done across the entire speedway, so don't go freaking out on me just yet here, guys. But in a lot of ways, this crowd that we saw this year was really, really good. And it just proved why Bristol Motor Speedway needed to become the dirt race in the spring in the first place. The fall night race is always going to be close to a sellout capacity. It just always will. People love the night race at Bristol Motor Speedway. But the spring race has been suffering. And nor do I think NASCAR fans were really ready to let go Bristol altogether. Yeah, you're going to have a vocal minority that says that dirt racing is stupid, they don't like it, they want to see the concrete. But the fact of the matter is, guys, I was there. And if you're complaining and you weren't there, then you don't have anything to complain about. I'm sorry. Likewise, if you were not there, there was a strong chance you were watching on TV, even if you said you weren't going to. But the ratings did come out today. And first I want to say I saw from Adam Stern and Bob Pockrass put this out that the Bristol Dirt Race drew an average of 4.007 million viewers. And it peaked at 4.518 million at the end of the second stage prior to the first rain delay. Comparing that to some of the recent Sunday afternoon Fox race telecasts this year, Bob Pockrass noted that Richmond was averaging 3.958 million, Coda 3.731 million, Atlanta 4.003 million, and Phoenix had 3.991 million. Isn't it funny how, of all those that Bob just listed there, Atlanta and Bristol, the two new, wacky, and different styles of racing, and Bristol being on Easter, which was looked to be such a bad thing. Isn't that funny how both of those are the only two that averaged into the 4 million mark? I think it is a little bit. Likewise, Adam Stern noted that the Truck Series saw, quite frankly, really impressive numbers for not even just the truck race at Bristol, for just a truck race in general. NASCAR said that the Saturday truck race at Bristol Dirt was the most watched truck race at the venue of all time, dating back to the inaugural 1995 race. The race earned 1.167 million viewers on FS1. First of all, 1 million viewers for a truck race on FS1. It don't matter where they're racing at. Those kind of numbers are just unthought of, honestly. You don't see truck races usually getting over the million mark. And for this one to be so controversial in the fact that people didn't want to see dirt racing, people apparently wanted to see dirt racing. Whether you look at the truck race, whether you look at the Cup Series, I don't care what I got to argue with you guys. People watched this race. They showed up. They had a good time, and they sat down and watched it on their television, even when everyone was saying, oh, but they need that time on Easter to celebrate. Guys, we had plenty of time to celebrate. Even us at the track got a great chance to celebrate. I, for one, got to enjoy this weekend with my wife, working together with her, actually. And that's great for me. And I got to go to the Easter celebration with her. I still got to enjoy myself with my family. And so did others at the Speedway. And I think that's what we have to look at it as. This race might have done better still out of April. Because quite frankly, rain was still an issue. And April and March both is not the best times of year for Tennessee in terms of weather. I grew up here my whole life, so I know how the weather is in Tennessee. Maybe we could push this into May. Maybe. There does still have to be that period of getting the dirt out of Bristol to get it ready for the concrete race in the fall. But as far as cleanup goes, I think the cleanup could be faster than we might think. I'm thinking back to 2020. And yes, I'm thinking back to 2020 when no one got to attend that race at Bristol Motor Speedway. It was held in May. And believe it or not, the weather was absolutely gorgeous that weekend. If they had allowed fans into that race weekend, it would have been some nice weather for some racing in Bristol. And even on the dirt configuration, I think it still would be. You know, the racing was really good in that 2020 race on the concrete, but, you know, hate to say this, we're not going to be able to get that back in the springtime. That ship has sailed. We're dirt for the foreseeable future until, quite honestly, I think the only way I see this race going away is if something drastic were to happen with the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway wanting to come back they get a Cup Series date, and then that's where the spring Bristol race goes. But at least for a while, that's not happening because Food City announced that they're upping their partnership for, I think they said maybe the next 5 years or so. Bristol Motor Speedway has every intent to have a spring race there for maybe, I don't know, forever at this point. But simply, for the time being, dirt put up the numbers that Bristol quite frankly needed. And I look forward to going back to maybe every single one they do. Hopefully I'll be able to bring you guys some more great coverage. I appreciate everyone who did take time to check out some of the media coverage we were able to bring you on the channel this weekend. I hope to continue to keep doing that at more tracks this year whenever possible. And, you know, as of now, I don't know when that date might be. I know at least probably the Nashville Super Speedway weekend. After that, we'll just have to wait and see. It's still some things, you know, kind of behind the scenes that we got to get straightened out. But, you know, that's just boring business stuff. So I don't want to bore you guys with that kind of stuff. But anyways, I've appreciated all the opportunities I've gotten this year, Atlanta Motor Speedway and Bristol Motor Speedway so far this year. We hope to continue to bring you guys more great coverage, including this clip that Kevin Harvick had to say on his thoughts about racing in Bristol Dirt. Can't say he's probably a big fan of this announcement today, but take a look at what Kevin Harvick said about the racing this weekend if you missed it.
I had a great car. The racetrack was fine. They just did a terrible job to start with. They've done this before, but obviously it doesn't look like it.
Will you go speak with them or say something like, hey?
You can't talk to them.
You might be able to.
Might be, but if I had my choice, we wouldn't be doing this anyway.
I mean, do you think is this something that's salvageable? Like, do you think like there's
What's the
enough
point?
improvement, or
What's the point, really? I don't know.
the point is something different, right? And grassroots.
I guess
and
the
trying to
TV
do
ratings will
things.
tell that.
Even if Kevin Harvick didn't like it. Sorry, bud. It's coming back. And Danny B intends to be back at Bristol whenever they come back to race on the dirt. Hey, thanks for watching this video today, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new for more great NASCAR content like this and much more. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Drop your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. Until next time when more NASCAR news comes out, or until I bring you another great NASCAR video, thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye, guys. Hey race fans, thanks for watching this video from DannyBTalks. If you're new to my channel, please be sure to hit subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss another video from my channel.